Okay, guys, so I see this cool video that someone posted. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that because they changed their name for a reason. So, anyways, they made a video that showed something here, which is good to know. I'm not gonna play the whole video, but maybe you can read it, and that's good because while I use this app, sometimes it lets the sound of what I'm watching play. Sometimes it doesn't. Oh yeah, and that's my homegirl down there, Miss Queen of Pentacles Tarot 333. But I haven't watched it in a while. It just shows up, so don't mind that. So, anyways, I'm gonna kind of skip this. Basically, whatever this video is here. I was trying to see if it shows it. L3 Harris hopes your empathy gets them an arrest. And at first, I didn't understand it when I read it. I was like, wow. And then I got it when I watched the whole thing. Basically, in essence, this is part of the reason why I have an attempt to elude police case on my record right now, which I don't freaking care because I'm pretty sure those fuckers was hired to do the job, and they did it under oath of their actual badge if they weren't fake police officers. But basically, in short, this video is showing how just because a man showed a badge that can literally be bought online, well, I don't know if it can be bought online, but they showed a badge that resembled a badge or some sign online. I don't know. I'll let it play out while I speak. So it showed this guy, supposedly, I think he's supposed to be a bounty hunter or an alleged bounty hunter. The guy with he's showing that badge right there. He was like, come here, let me show you I'm an actual police or something. And look, it resembles a badge they bought online, no questions asked. So I just wanted you to see that part real quick. This man got a freaking badge online to use it to have other people do crimes, telling them this story that they believed be simply due to the fact he had a fake badge and he was dressed like someone who would be, who resembles someone who's an undercover agent. And it was dangerous because he told stories that um, strangers, like other individuals that he found, and I'm pretty sure he was able to look at certain people and tell they would fall for it, that they possibly, like, there was a higher chance of that person falling for it than others. Excuse me, sorry, had to clear my throat. So, anyways, this man found people that he told a story to get them to, like, he played on their empathy basically and had them believe whatever BS story he told them about another individual he wanted to go after or have them do something to. And they did horrible things, like they got a piece of candy and pretended it was a Mickey, whatever that is, because I guess it's something kind of like a roofie because it has the same name. But anyways, it was some sort of drug that was supposed to make them incoherent. I don't know, make them effed up. I'm trying to be quick, so I apologize. I don't have the vocabulary in mind at this time to express it, but you guys know what they do with those drugs. So that fake officer, that fake bounty hunter with the fake badge that looked real, had a woman go do a crime and said basically she wouldn't get in trouble because he was a police officer and she's not going to get in trouble. So basically he had them go commit a crime for him without him having to do anything. He just gave them an instruction, had the woman go put a Mickey in the woman's drink, had another person go and steal their wallet when they walked away from the cart, and they were being watched outside. And even though it was an actor or an actress who was playing the woman, the mom. Yeah, and please, as you're listening to me, go back and watch it a couple times because this individual did a great job putting this on the internet for us to see these examples, um, about how you can easily be manipulated, even with someone even wearing a uniform, having like, there's someone who got in trouble for impersonating a police officer. I was a security officer in the past. I still had a uniform. I could have impersonated a security officer and got in trouble for it, of course, but you never know how people may have gotten their uniform. You would think because they have a legitimate uniform that they must be real. No, I don't fall for. I don't even care if you getting out of a marked commercial police car, because like I show a difference. Um, there's two different police types of cars. They both say Portland Police, but one is black and the other one is blue with a white on the side that says police, even though they probably have newer cars. But I don't trust that shit, because that's why they took my emails, because I had sent an email to the courthouse one time showing about how I thought some of the officers that were coming after me were mercenaries. They probably thought I was crazy, but I be thinking of stuff outside the box. And this is a prime example of this video. Basically, this video was just a test. It was just like an experiment to see what strangers would do if they thought that an alleged legal authority figure told them to go commit a crime. And some people did it too, just because of their empathy, just because, like, one lady at the end said her sister has a baby, so whatever that bounty hunter police officer told her to do about going to steal and take that woman's baby, she went and did it, because he told her some story that made her believe that she was doing the right thing by trying to sneak the baby from that mom, which was an actress. And that wasn't right. Even if that was me, I would, the fact that they want me to do it, that will send some alarms off. That's what the other deeper empathy or discernment comes into play. Because I'm be like, you a police officer, why are you trying to get me to do it? I didn't even trust two officers that have followed me one night, and they were following me when I had just finished doing DoorDash. I turned off the app, I was going home, I put the GPS on, and then the same officers that I took a look to my right, and I saw them going across the street real slow on the cross street, at the intersection where I had just dropped off the last order. Next thing you know, I was done. I was off the app, and then I parked there. I put the address I was going to head to originally in, but then when I got down the street and I saw that those police officers were following me, I pulled over real quick and put a different address in, and then they came back around, which I heard them because of clear audience, but I'm not going to get into that. They came behind me and they waited for a few blocks before they followed me for a good while, and then they decided to turn the lights on when we got to a dark street, when we were not too far from the hospital in Portland, Oregon. You guys know where that kind of more upscale area is, where it's getting up in the hills. They were over in that area by the Legacy Health Hospital area, when we were like around the hills, and then they turned their lights on a back street when it was super dark. And the way the woman, she was like really aggressive, unnecessarily aggressive, and I told her I didn't feel safe, so I started letting my window up. When she grabbed the window to start trying to pull it down and become evil, I mean, like super aggressive, and then I noticed the other officer didn't announce himself like they usually do. I knew something wasn't right about that. So I said, hell yeah. I said, oh, hell no. I put that car in drive and I took off, baby. And I listened for their engine as they drove around to come and get me. And then I called the police, and then I threw my phone out the window so that um, they would ping my phone and think that I went another direction, that I was, because I found out about that because of a past situation that they ping your phone to map you. So I had another phone with me and I called the police on that phone. Then I tossed it out the window. It landed perfectly on a rock faced up, and it rained and everything. The phone wasn't water damaged or nothing. I should have known, but I went back and got it like a day or two later. It was still there on the rock. I can't believe it. It was by some apartment complex, kind of on the trees, between some grass. I mean, not on the trees, but there's this like boulder that was close to, like, by the waterfront area. I don't know what that area is called, but if you go to the waterfront and you keep going further down, it was by that area. Like, I forgot the arbor or something. Anyways, I went back a few days, like a day or two later, and got the phone, and then they found me from another location, from a plumber, I think, was working with one of those officers. And because as soon as I left his house, that's when another officer was coming the opposite direction. Then he did a U-turn and came after me. So I already knew what was going down, but I did not run. I gave that officer my word that I wouldn't take off. But he was the one acting like a punk bitch, trying to be scared. And then had some other officer come rolling up and try to block my car to stop me. I was like, nigga, I told y'all ass I wasn't going to go nowhere, no way. I gave you my word. Just because you are not a man of your word don't mean I'm going to be fake like your punk ass is. And he was scared too. And then that's when the other officers were being polite with me because they saw I was cooperating. Like rolling your car up on me. If I wanted to be gone, I would have been gone before your ass got there, stupid motherfuckers. And these the people that they got working in the forest. But anyways, So the reason why that happened though is because I didn't trust them based on the suspiciousness of the whole encounter, of the how the other officer, they it had two officers, one on each side, and that resembled something that happened to me in Kansas, where these people were trying to hurt me. I talked about that before. Maybe I'll talk about it like more quickly on another video. And that's why I stopped trusting officers, because people were telling me about how there was people pretending that they were officers going to fuck up black people, basically to try to pretend they was officers. Use and in some of them I think were actual officers. It was a man named Brian Beasley who was he might have been a gang stalker telling me that, but he sent me a news clip or something back then in 2021 about how some officers were pretending or using their uniform to go harass black people and kill them. And that's the reason why I put up the fight that I put up with some of these officers, because I was like, I know that there's officers who are actual legitimate officers who have like legitimate um accreditation, like what do you call it, diploma, certificate, I don't know, the word, I'm lost for words on that right now, but you know what I'm trying to say. So they were a license, I guess is what the word I was trying to use, but they're abusing their authority because nobody's watching them, or because they have somebody in their network that will cover up for their bullshit. They get away with doing things. So that's why I don't just trust an officer just because they have a uniform on and they have a stamp of approval from the state. Because the state is a crooked motherfucker itself when it comes to certain situations. So I'm not gonna be like, it's a corporation. They don't give a damn about living, breathing human beings most of the time. And only in certain cases they'll act like they're humane, but not all the time, especially when it comes to melanated individuals or darker skinned melanated individuals. They don't even care if you're mixed half the time. They killed one dude that was a mixed guy, and that was even proof, like, you know, that was unfortunate. That was sad. But yeah, just be careful out there, guys, and don't assume just because somebody's in a police car. Because this same individual, they changed their name, but I'm guessing, for whatever reason, they said something. I hope they're not trying to think that I myself am a channel that targets people just because I might have used a picture of something like the Target bag. I took a picture of it and I used it on the screen. I just want to say that really quick so you guys know that if I show anything on this channel that may like trigger you to make you think that I'm targeting you, I am absolutely not. And I apologize for my son. He's 2 years old, so I can't control that. Him doing the screaming unless like I soundproof my room or something like that, and I don't have his show on out there. I don't want to keep him from being excited. But when I get off of here, if it's late at night, I tell him, I make sure he knows not to make noises. If I tell him something, he'll listen. If I say shh, be quiet or something like that, he'll quiet down. But it's perfectly daylight out there. He's free to do that. But yeah, so I don't want to trigger anybody and make them think that I'm on here trying to like harass them, because I even experienced it myself from someone that I trust. I told them that Prince was being used to gang stalk me at one point, and then 2 days ago I made a video about me, literally pulling over on the side of the road to go take a pee, and I wasn't drunk, but they put a post up that said drunk girls peeing on the side of the road, and it was Prince. So that was kind of suspicious to me, but I give people chances because sometimes they're not doing it intentionally, and sometimes something came up where they thought it was funny to do that, or it meant something to them. So I'm not trying to. I mean, I give people chances. I don't automatically assume that everyone's trying to gang stalk me. So yeah, but anyways, the moral of this story basically is don't trust anyone, and including the authorities, even if they have a badge. Because like I was about to say, this individual, L3 Harris Target, had said, I mean, they had another video where a police officer, no, I won't even say that was a police officer. It was a SUV that said police on it. And they got out of the car, whoever the individual, the subject was who was driving the police car, and it was a commercial vehicle with the lights on it and everything, and they were driving around, and they got out with just a t-shirt on and some jeans, and it looked like a gangster looking dude who who went to go possibly grab some drugs or sell some, do a drug deal real quick. That's what it looked like to me. But he could have been doing anything. It didn't look good though what he did. Like, how are you riding around in a freaking police car, a commercial police vehicle, and you're getting out without uniform? How is that possible? Even off-duty police officers are usually, and don't even try to say he undercover either, because it didn't look right. How even the way he was rolling around the city didn't look good. And I wouldn't even doubt if that man had an actual uniform somewhere to put on. Because that's how crooked these are. I wouldn't be surprised if he knows somebody in the police field, or he was an off-duty cop just rolling around in the police car, getting away with the law, turning the lights on, going around so people wouldn't suspect him of doing anything wrong. He was using that vehicle. Like, that's not a good look at all. So that's why in this day and age, everybody should be careful, because I don't believe that they're just tackling people just because of their skin color. They're attacking other people for many different reasons, but not to like make do fear mongering and make people scared, just to make you aware. Like this individual is doing wonderfully by making a video, like alarming people to let them know that you can't even trust if someone show you a badge these days, let alone even me myself. I wasn't even trusting full-fledged, fully dressed, uniformed police officers, because I know that even as the actual police officer, they get away with doing crimes. So be careful. Thanks. Have a good day, guys.